Castañeda steps into the highly anticipated John Wick spinoff, Ballerina, set for a 2025 release. The curiosity surrounding his role and experiences is palpable. Known for his dynamic portrayal of Diego in The Umbrella Academy, Castañeda's venture into the action-packed world of Ballerina, starring Ana de Armas, presents a fascinating new chapter. Before we jump into the interview, it's always interesting to get a little glimpse into the personal side of actors we enjoy watching, right? Y'all, we nosy, so we went digging into the comment sections for some tea on Mr. Castañeda. Ladies, just in case you were wondering, David was born on October 24th, 1989, which makes him only 35 years old this year and a Scorpio. Favorite foods, or at least foods he enjoys. In a Netflix Taste Buds episode, David shared his family's Mexican culture and cuisine with then co-star Justin H. Min. They enjoyed Mexican sopes and ceviche at his parents' home. Next, hobbies. Well, from previous interviews, he has mentioned that he loves painting and writing. Who doesn't love a painter and a writer? And he tries to do these activities every single day, even when he's filming. Painting on his day off is basically his favorite pastime. He also seems to enjoy home renovation, viewing it as a creative journey. Last but not least, a full circle Keanu Reeves moment. Castañeda has shared that growing up in Mexico, he watched movies like The Matrix repeatedly. He is basically feeling like this is a significant full circle moment, and we're super excited for him. Hi David, thank you for carving out time to speak with Rolling Out today. As a contributing writer, I am super excited to jump right in with questions. So, the Umbrella Academy is concluding its run. As you move into new projects like Ballerina, what kind of roles or genres are you eager to explore next?
I don't know. I'm sort of just taking it as like as what comes to me and then making the decision off of that because as an actor, you can't really think about being anything else aside from myself.
Yeah.
And then if a role comes, then I, assess it and see if I can relate to it. And then I say sure or maybe someone else can do that better.
Mhm.
So I don't know. The only thing that I do like doing is I like writing for now until I find the right thing.
I love that. I love that. I did a little research on you and found that you previously studied film direction. Is that true?
That's very true, Nicole. Very true.
Okay, cool. How does that understanding of the filmmaking process as a whole influence your work as an actor, especially on a large scale production like Ballerina?
Art feeds art. So I feel like if you can find inspiration or lessons of how to tell a story in many ways, whether it's writing or painting or a song, you can translate it into uh, performing, whether it's acting or stunts. I think the biggest thing that I've learned through film production and all these things is that like without conflict, there's no story. This is the biggest thing about going to the movies or seeing things is you need to be able to see some form of change. And from that change, what presents itself is struggle
Yeah.
and the purpose of that struggle, the why is a big thing. And I think when we do a lot of things in the performing arts aspect, the why is so important. And if we don't know the why, we don't care.
Yeah, that is so true. That is so, so, so true. And plot twists are what makes movies great, right? So you're absolutely right about that. Were there any particular films, performances, or even real life inspirations you drew upon to prepare?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I really loved I don't know if you've seen a movie called Beautiful with Javier Bardem. And it's a beautiful story about a father who's a hustler, uh,
Hmm.
trying his best to keep his family afloat, and then finds out he has cancer.
Oh,
And so he's trying to, for a moment, make sure that his kid does not forget who he is because she's so young. She's about Eve's age. She's
mm-hmm.
And his fear is that his daughter's going to forget him. And so it's such a tender love story between a father and a child, a girl, that I always felt very connected to. So in terms of the relationship aspect, something like that was very at the it's kind of in the back of my head. And if you go into like action, then I go more into like I Jackie Chan, Statham.
Right. Yes, yes, yes. You now know everyone compares the whole John Wick series to the James Bond's movies, right? So yeah, that's an understatement.
Yes, 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 yes.
Mhm. Let me ask you this. What was the most surprising or unexpected aspects of working on Ballerina and entering to the John Wick saga?
Um, well, I didn't know the fight was gonna be that big. That's one. I thought
Okay.
I didn't know it was gonna be like three sequences that were gonna be massive fights. And so that took me by surprise. It was a pleasant surprise, but for the amount of training that I got, I was so impressed by how fast they were able to catch me up to speed to be able to do those things. Uh, and also, once we got those fights down and we were going to shoot them, then they come up with this idea of filling the entire space with pink smoke and asking me if I was okay with it. And I said, sure, I'm game. And then when the pink smoke comes, I can't see anything. So then I have to fight, and now I have to remember uh sort of blindly fight now. I can't really see anything. And that was extremely challenging, but for some reason we had enough patience and time to actually get it right.
That's so cool. So dope. So dope. So, how many hours of training did you have to put in for this particular role as Javier?
4 weeks. Just
4 weeks.
that's 4 weeks. I didn't get that much time.
4 weeks? That's amazing and impressive. That speaks to your true abilities. Yeah. Okay, David. So, for fans of your work and the John Wick series, what do you hope they take away from Ballerina and your character's contribution to the story?
Well, that it does it justice for the John Wick universe, that it builds excitement for a new pathway in a new way of being able to establish other films in the same universe that feel not even an extension, but more so still the same through line, and possibly the beginning of new characters popping up in the universe.
I see. I see. Is there going to be like a part two or a part three or a spinoff? Do you know or do we know yet?
I mean, I honestly, I'm not informed of any of those things. And if they did, they still wouldn't tell me.
Okay. Okay. They wouldn't tell you. Okay. Well, this is one of my last questions, David. Thank you again so much for your time. Now, beyond the action, what emotional hooks or character dynamics in Ballerina do you think will particularly resonate with audiences?
I definitely think there's an ability, there's an opportunity for the sisterhood aspect, you know, but also more than anything, the friendship aspect of, like think of like Godfathers, and it sort of feels like John Wick is Ballerina's godfather
Mhm.
because in a sense he knew Javier, and there's a reason why he doesn't accept the task of killing Eve so blatantly because of that. So there is a sense of a protector having a duty of protecting his friend's daughter.
Yeah, I love that. Well, that's all of the questions that I have. The only other question that I do want to ask is what do you have next slated outside of this film? Do you have anything you're working on now or currently coming out in the near future?
I have a film on the 22nd of August called Splitsville. Yeah, it's with Neon
Okay.
and Dakota Johnson.
Okay, that sounds interesting. That sounds really cool. Can you tell us a little more about it before we go?
It's about open relationships. It's a comedy.
Oh, wow, swingers. Okay, that's interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Thank you, David, for your time.
Thank you so much. Taco Tuesday.
That was the incredibly insightful David Castañeda giving us a glimpse into his role as Javier in the high-octane thriller Ballerina, which explodes into theaters Friday, June 6th. It's clear that David brings not only his dynamic talents, honed through multifaceted roles, but also a deep respect for storytelling to this latest chapter in the John Wick saga. Much like Rolling Out champions the voices and narratives that drive our culture forward, David's portrayal of Javier, a character pivotal to the film's central story of legacy and retribution, promises to resonate deeply. In a film universe that explores the consequences of choice and the fierce loyalty that binds us, David's journey as an actor mirrors that dedication, a commitment to his craft and his passion for bringing complex characters to life. As Ballerina prepares to captivate audiences in an electrifying example of how entertainment can reflect the pursuit of excellence and the power of authentic narratives, values we hold dear here are all at Rolling Out. So we all share those values. Don't miss David Castañeda as Javier in Ballerina. It's more than just action. It's a testament to the enduring impact of compelling characters and the vibrant talent shaping the future of cinema. Be sure to experience it on the big screen. See you guys online.